Hey guys, welcome to the Spot Real Talk. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And Tiara's in LA this week, so we have a special guest, Amber, sitting in with us. She's a dope makeup artist from DC, and we'll be right back.
You can probably tell just by looking at it.
Well, you know.
We also have a special guest, Nikki, who is from Florida, I believe, but she's one of our ardent viewers, and she's come to help us along with this show. So you stay tuned. We'll be right back in a few secs.
Baby, I know where the last one burned you. Know that ain't cool. Wanna show you how I'm nothing like him. Swear that's the truth. You can't trust that alone.
And we're back, and we have footage from Tiara in LA. So what do you have for us, Tiara?
Questions about power. So first of all, last episode we had Raina's tragic death. So how did you feel about her death?
I'm hurt by it. I took it personal, and I feel like that it was the brother's fault because he could have did something. He could have jumped out from around the corner. He could have said, you know, hey, scream, yell, kind of directed the other dude's attention. So I'm hurt by it, and I feel like he didn't do enough to try and prevent it, and he's the cause of it.
Right.
Anyway.
So we have this segment of the show where we talk about people that can get the hands. And every week, Tariq is on the list of who can get the hands.
At the top of the list.
So is there anybody else on the show that you feel like could get the hands?
I mean, Angela in the beginning. I think now she kind of proved herself a little bit. Who else? Oh, Dre. Oh.
Dre for sure.
Dre's top two is Tariq and Dre. They gotta go.
Okay, so you mentioned Angela. So how do you feel about Ghost and Angela? Do you feel like there's any way that they can get back together after she put him in jail?
No. No, I don't think so.
No way?
I don't think there's no rekindling that.
Okay, so the last question I'm going to ask you is about Tasha and Ghost. Are you Team Tasha or Team Ghost? Because Ron is obviously Team Ghost, and me and Tiffany, that's our other co-host. We ride hard for Tasha, but she's been making a little slip-ups with Silver. So we're kind of conflicted about her. So how do you feel about Team Tasha or Team Ghost?
That's hard. I was Team Ghost initially because I was with him with, you know, getting out the game, being legit. But now Tasha, she seemed like she's switching up a little bit. Silver's kind of helped her switch up. So I think I'm Team Tasha now. Okay. Team Ghost initially, Team Tasha now. Season 2.
Okay, well thank you for answering the questions for us, and I hope you'll be tuned in for our recap of the season finale.
Will do.
All right. So since I am out of town this week and Tiffany and Ron are back at home holding it down, I still wanted to come and give you guys just my thoughts about the finale, and it was crazy. I just want to address the scene where everybody kind of showed up in order to kill Ray Ray. Tariq showed up, Tommy showed up, Ghost showed up, Tasha showed up, and I was just like, okay, who's about to kill this guy? And it turns out that Tariq was able to avenge his sister, which we kind of we kind of thought it might be that way. And so I was happy for Tariq that he got to get a little bit of closure by killing his sister's murderer. On the other hand, I know that this experience is going to change him forever. And Courtney kind of said that when she was talking after the show, and she got to mention that Tariq is never going to be the same. No one in the family is going to be the same. And he kind of has had the opportunity to see how his parents operate as criminals and how the family works together in crime. So that was good for him. I think he'll get a lot of closure from that. Dre is a hot mess. It was so cool to see Tommy, Kanan, and Ghost all teaming up, and I think next season it's going down, and I think Dre is going to die. With Tasha and Silver, we already told y'all that Silver is not a ride or die. So when he was confronted with the option to either stay with Tasha or represent her as her lawyer, we already knew that he is too clean cut to get involved in Tasha's mess. And so she did good by accepting the blame for Tariq and allowing Silver to represent her. But I have a feeling that it's going to get very messy in season 5. So I just wanted to come to you guys and give you my thoughts. I know Tiffany and Ron are holding it down, and I know they're having a great discussion about this. So until next time, when I get back on the East Coast and we join together again for conversation, I guess I'll have to see you guys then. But Tiffany and Ron, hold it down. I know you guys are doing great, and I hear you have Amber sitting in with you. Hey, Amber. But until I get back, I'll see you guys.
Okay, we're back. And so this is an action-packed season finale, and I think we should just jump right into it.
I'm ready.
Goodness.
I'm ready.
I wasn't ready.
I know.
Not for this one.
I know. It was crazy. It was crazy. Well, we saw it started off with them being in the police precinct.
Oh, Tariq. We gave him the hands. That didn't work. Now it's just both feet. We just should give him both feet.
Both feet and a belt.
And a belt. And a belt. And both feet and a belt. But yeah, Tariq, you know, he had a hidden agenda, so he wasn't trying to come clean with the police.
Yeah, you know, but he's not there yet. See, that's the whole point about being a G.
Right.
Okay. How many letters in the alphabet before you have to get to a G? He's still an A.
Right. But it's innate. He has Ghost and Tasha as parents, so it's innate. It needs to be honed, of course.
Oh, it's gotta be honed.
It's innate.
And Nikki, anytime you can just jump right on in. This is a freestyle, so you don't have to, you don't have to be cordial. Just jump in anytime you feel like it.
Okay. I just want to say, hey everyone, thank you Tiffany, thank you Rod, Miss Amber, hey, and Miss Tiara. I know that you're not there, but I just want to say thank you for letting me on the show, so I'm very excited. So let me start off by saying this right here. I am super glad this season is over. I really am.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I'm glad it's over because for me it was all over the place. Like I've seen better writing, and I was kind of getting mad. So let me just say this right here. They had good episodes, they did, but it just started getting stupid for me. And I was like, no, you're not gonna sit here and play on my intelligence like I'm stupid. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and proceed.
Okay. Well, you don't mince words too well, do you?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. I guess that's why you're an author. I guess that's why you're an author, huh?
Well, somewhat. I'm trying to work on my text. I really am. I'm playing on it. But I ended up started writing. It's a long story, but make a long story short. And I'm losing my job like several years ago. And so while I was on unemployment, I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a story. And I had all the characters in my head. I had the storyline in my head, but no characters. And so one day I sat down and I wrote the story, and then I went back to work. And then I didn't know anything about publishing, so I ended up doing Google's background or things like that, and ended up taking it off from there. So that's how I ended up getting into writing.
Well, look, season 5 starts in 2 weeks, so you might want to get next to the writers and see what you can do, to help them along.
Listen, they're not ready for me because I promise you, this script would have been written a whole different way because I like realism. For me, they keep writing these characters like not true to how they started off. And I can't stand people. I understand people evolve, I get that. But don't make them so far off to the left that they're not that who they really are. Like I can't deal with that.
Well,
like I'll give you a prime example. Tasha started off as a G, this whole beginning of this series. Now I'm like, who is this woman? Like, where she come from?
Well,
I don't understand.
Okay, understand from a film point of view, that is, I studied film, and it's only so much you can do in an hour. And when you're trying to develop the personalities of all the characters and things like that, an hour show sometimes just doesn't cut it. Because if you notice with Power, you have just about all the characters are very prominent.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true.
And when you have a situation like that, I think it's a little hard, and I'm not excusing it, and I think that there were some points you made I thought were quite prevalent, but I think that when you have artists as strong as what you see on Power, you're going to have some I don't want to say shoddy writing. I think the writing is pretty good. I just think that trying to develop each character and give them enough time to do so is a difficult task, and sometimes that task is born over episodes and seasons and not necessarily in one show. So let's give it another few episodes.
Can I put you right there? Can I start you right there? Let's keep a buck right now. They started all writing Ghost as 3 steps ahead of everybody. Season number 4, he just doubled in rocks. I don't understand that. Where that come from? Like, he don't know what's going on with his child. He don't understand that the ball knocked him up, or he still in love with her. Like, that makes no sense. I don't know no male who in that life, for real, who in that life, who's gonna go back to the woman who just set him up for not doing her job. She lucky she ain't got a bullet in her head. Like,
exactly.
This is not for real. Like, I'm just serious. I'm just saying.
No,
like,
I hear you, Nikki. But you know what?
How do you go smart and dumb?
You know what? You know who did go back to their spouse, even though they threw them in the bing? On Love and Hip Hop, Mama D's husband or ex-husband, she got him locked up too, and he still married her. So even though I think Ghost is a sucker for still being in love with Angie, in real life, Mama D did still marry Ernest, and she was responsible for sending him to jail. And Lil Scrappy and his little sister said the same thing. They said, like, I don't know no dudes that would marry a woman that helped throw them in jail. So I guess love is blind.
Well, for the purpose...
That's the reality TV.
Hey, Nikki, but for the purpose of this show, because I think we're doing a whole entirely different show right now. So let us get through episode 10.
Let's get through the season finale.
Yeah, because we want to hit that first, and then we can always talk. This is real talk now. Don't get me wrong.
This is real talk.
I'm sorry. Let's go see. I apologize.
That's all right. No, we want you to be real. We want you to be real. This is not a scripted show.
Absolutely.
So we welcome your thoughts.
So
anyway, like we were saying, we were in the precinct with Tariq and
that was so long ago.
and Tariq, Tasha, and Ghost. And so after they didn't give up the tapes, they got her belongings and stuff. They were in the car, and Tasha pretty much goes off on Ghost because Ghost is like, he thinks that Jimenez is responsible.
Yeah, I don't even know where that came from as far as with Ghost. And then again with Tasha, look, and you've heard me say it over and over and over and over and over again, there is no morality in this life, okay? So
absolutely.
So they were both wrong. Look at where Tasha was at the time that was going on. So, making Ghost the heavy at this point in time, I mean, that's his daughter. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she birthed the child. That's, hey, 100%. I can't fight that. But it isn't like he didn't love his daughter. And
no, that's not what she said though. What she was saying was, because he said, Tommy warned me. He thought that the Jimenez was responsible for killing the child. He said, Tommy warned me. So she's like, oh, the Jimenez, wait a minute. You told me that we were going clean. And then how did we get dragged back into something with the Jimenez? So if there was a hit and it was because of Jimenez, then it is on you.
Well, can I take you back a few episodes when she didn't want him to go clean?
Well, amen.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
And even if they were going clean at this point, just because he's clean or he could be potentially be trying to go clean now, doesn't mean that the things that he did in the past would not catch up with him.
Oh, exactly.
So they could have still,
exactly.
I agree. Which falls on both of them.
Right.
And that's
falls on both of them. But I mean,
I know,
you and I are parents. Well, you too.
Yeah, you too. Give me a break.
No, we moms. We moms. That's what I meant to
carry
say.
them.
We carry them.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say.
But the dads.
We're mothers.
Okay, but
I'm
gonna hang in there.
You help make them. But anyway, we carried the child. So
listen, that conversation go all the way left. So we're gonna leave the mom and daddy part.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm about to get on it.
But look, well, go ahead.
No, you don't. You know
I stay on ready.
You do not
want
I
stay on ready.
You don't
I
want
stay
this.
on ready.
Let's hit it.
Carrying the child, I felt Tasha when she said, like, hey, like, I carried her and this, that, and the other. Yes, he's the father, and he's just as pained as she is.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to lessen or
because
minimize.
he loves his kids.
He loves his kids, and that was his baby girl, so I'm not even trying to imply that.
A man with his daughter.
I know.
That bond right
there. That
there.
is a bond. I just came after seeing my dad,
that's
so you know.
True.
So what up?
So I know, but
that's why I said. That's exactly why I said it. Let me get back to my premise. Okay, they were both in pain. So let's
and
just give it.
You know, when you grieving, you do say stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you say
Absolutely.
stuff. So that was anger. She was upset. He told her that it could be the Jimenez. I mean, Nikki, what you think?
That conversation, it is, well, I would say it's right here. I thought there was two parents grieving.
Right.
It didn't really make sense when it would come out of his face and just say the Jimenez, only because of where it happened at. Like, that didn't make sense for me. And because he just squashed everything that happened with Jimenez like two episodes ago. So I didn't understand how he made a connection between those two.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Right. I mean, I think that was probably his only explanation since Tommy had just come to the house and said that the Jimenez burned the product and stuff. So I think that was his only explanation.
Okay, that could be a logical next step.
Yeah.
I mean, but that burning the product and then killing your baby girl.
Well, Tommy said they were coming after us, and Tommy said in the last episode, he said, you need to watch your back, too.
Yeah.
He said that. Yeah. He warned Ghost.
Okay.
So that's
true.
Yeah, so that's why he came to that conclusion.
Okay.
So we go to the next scene, and we know that Angela is leading her first criminal division and stuff, and I'm like, this hoe. But anyway, but Saxe came in there. I think my early prediction for season 5, I think Saxe is gonna be coming for Angela and Angela's job. We see Saxe and Marcus in there, and he basically lets the cat out the bag that Raina has been killed, and we can see Angela shook.
Yeah.
And she should have been.
And he did that on purpose to try to shake her.
Exactly.
He did.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Yeah,
he wanted a reaction from her.
Yeah, he did.
One that he could hang his hat on.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But he didn't get it.
Not right there.
And in as much as we've all hated Angie, or at least some of us have hated Angie, I'm not going to name any.
I still hate her.
Yeah, there you go. I started to say I wasn't going to mention any names, Nikki and Tiffany, but
I don't hate her. She's still a hoe though.
Yeah, well, okay. Anyways, I kind of get her though. I really do.
No, I get her. I do too. I do get her. And look, I'm a hopeless romantic. I was in the beginning. I understood how they hooked up because of what Tasha said. She ain't support her man. I understood all that, but I had issues with her too, with how she did some things.
Oh yeah.
First of all, she was taking too many liberties, going to Tasha's house and everything, confronting Tasha and everything. You're the mistress.
You better preach.
You're the mistress. You don't ever roll up on my house. You don't roll up on me on the street. She was just. True. I'm telling you, it was the fact that she was a fed was the only reason why she ain't put hands on, because she would have been stomped out. Listen to me.
Yeah. But she's goes sidekicks. I mean side chick. So as a player, you don't ever bring that thing.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't. She brought it upon herself, like when she was trying to help Tariq at school, this and that. She always she confronted Tasha all the time. And I was
but
like,
you know how you squashed that?
Oh, no, you're wrong.
He didn't check her the way he should have.
Exactly. See,
you
check that at point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, know your role. You don't come to the house. Ever.
No. You don't even come around the block. I don't want to see you.
Exactly.
Right.
Don't even drive by.
I felt like this with Angie. I was like, with Tasha, I may not be able to put hands on you, but I might have called that priest and been like, look, she's stalking us.
Something.
This was his mistress. He back home now. She's a stalker. I might have had to put her on blast at the job. Because I'm like, you even rolled up on me one too many times.
Tiffany's dangerous, y'all. She's dangerous.
We don't play those type of games.
At all.
We don't play those type of games. You don't come to my house.
All right, we good.
So anyway, you don't do that. So anyway, Angie, she rolls up on Ghost basically to give her condolences and stuff. And I really do believe that she is.
That was genuine.
That was genuine. She really does want to help.
That was genuine.
And what Ghost said to her was really poignant because he said, because she was like, look, what's in the bag? He was like, it's a suit. We know it's not just a suit.
Exactly.
But she knows what he's capable of, and she tried to talk him out of it and said, look, you're going to lose everything. He said, I already lost everything.
What were you saying, Nikki?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This one, let me say it right here. This show shows the blatant disrespect of side chicks and side dudes.
Yeah.
For me, she was dead wrong. She was disrespectful as hate. Because I'll tell you why. You come to my house. My child just died. What if his wife was with him? And you walk up to her house like, what are you like she does too much. They just told you, leave this man alone. What do? You come to this man's house again. The man's child just died. You can't do anything, chick. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can say. But keep in mind, this is how these writers of child players are be stupid. 2 episodes ago, you just sent Lord to die at the hands of the same dude who talking to in the face.
Right.
But now all of a sudden you want to be, I'm going to be the law now?
Right.
Bitch, you can get out of my face.
That's true.
Right.
No, you're right. You're right. That's what I said. The goal of this chick, but she, she wants to help.
She doing too much.
But see, I think that she's in an awkward place because I think that she's tied to her emotions because she cares for him genuinely as a friend, and she loves him. And so I think she really went there like as a friend.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, she did.
But that wasn't her place.
Well, actually,
it wasn't her.
I think
no, you're right.
You slept with this lady, this lady's husband, and their child just died. That wasn't the time with a plate.
And
but when
Nikki,
would it have been, though?
But Nikki, here's
when would it have been for her?
Here's the
I
thing
don't
with
think
that.
it would have ever been the time or place to do it.
There isn't. And besides that, she was introduced to the kids, and because at one point, it was a short point, but at one point, they had these aspirations of getting along and being one family. So I'm sure she had an attachment to the kids herself. Maybe not a small one, but look, you're not wrong for saying what you're saying.
Right.
I agree with you that, and hey, that's the name of the show, power. They gave her a lot of power, and so and we see that in every episode almost. I mean, she kind of does what she wants to do. I get that. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not a woman, but I can think that most women that are in that position might have done something very similar.
They would have reached out.
Any woman, especially a man.
What you gonna call that man? Text that man. You come to his house?
But as a friend and as for someone you love, you don't send a text message.
The wife is in, and then you just
I want to see your face.
More flame to the fire.
Well, another reason why I think she came to the house is because she knows what he's capable of. She needed to see him. She came.
This man, we are not supposed to see no more. Leave him be.
But
it's
the urgency of it because she still loves him regardless to what went down.
Exactly.
She still loves him. And what she was trying to do, she was trying to stop him from doing something that she knew that he would do.
That he would do. She knew that he was capable.
And so a text message ain't gonna help.
No, she needed to be.
And a Hallmark card ain't gonna get it.
Exactly.
And this was not just a gang member on the street. He was still a police officer.
Exactly.
So she knew.
Exactly.
She knew.
Regardless of him, he's a police officer.
Right. And that's the other thing too, and that's what heightened the urgency because
it was imperative.
She knew he was going after a police officer.
Right.
And so it's one thing to go after a brother, but he was going after a police officer, and really, no matter what that police officer has done, he still has it's that shield of protection that they have, that they're always going to have, regardless to how we feel about it.
Plus, he's 2 minutes from the bing. He was this close to being on death row.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So she was like, look. So because she still loves him, she went to see him. She went to offer her condolences, but she also was like, look, Jamie, this is what can happen. You can lose everything if you go after this man. Like, what are you getting ready to do? She was trying to stop him. But, like I said, his response was really poignant because he said, I've already lost everything. And he kissed her on the cheek. So you know what he was talking about, too. He not only lost his child and everything, but he lost her. So he was letting her know.
That was a player move.
It was a player move.
That was a player move.
Yeah, it was. Season 5, he's going to be back up in it.
Yep.
Season 5 is going down. Yep. The writers are already setting us up for it.
Yep. We have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So what we got next?
So anyway, after he leaves Angela, he waits till Angela leaves. We see him get in the car with Tommy. And they have their little heart-to-heart.
Tommy, my boy.
I like Tommy.
Oh, my God.
Tommy is right. I
need him to be my brother.
I'm telling you. Look, there's a whole lot of people that let me tell you that
he's the blackest, whitest man I've ever met.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you that there's a whole lot of black people I'd like to trade for Tommy now. Like, LaShawn McCoy, Jim Brown, Michael Vick.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
I like to trade for Tommy right now.
He said,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a moment. Sorry.
He had a moment. He like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I had a moment there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to trade for them. But anyway,
Oh, my
so they had their heart to heart, and basically they were getting ready to go do their thing and try to avenge Raina and find out who killed her and stuff. So next thing we see is that Angela goes to see Ray Ray. And I'm like, okay, Angela's on the case. Angela's on the case.
Like I said, she has no problem, picking up pieces and she's a
good at that.
She's a good investigator.
She's a great detective.
And she knows what she's doing. So here again, you think she's overstepping her bounds, Nikki, or do you think that she had?
I sure do.
I knew you would.
I sure do.
I knew you would. I'm telling you, I'm beginning to know you already, and I've only spoken
I
with you
sure
for about
do.
30 minutes.
Because again, if this is not a state case, aren't you a fan? Why would you stick your nose in a state case? As you've been told again, leave it be.
Well,
she wants to help. And
again,
that's she wants to help.
Again,
she went to see who.
Hey,
she wants to help Jamie.
Look, Nikki. You know that the heart knows no boundaries.
Thank you. Amen.
Right.
And
that's it.
And when you're in love, as she was, and
as she is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe when I'm still out. When I say I'm done, that's what I mean. But I don't care what I have to be. It's a wrap. Bro, I'm not just gonna save you, help you.
Nikki, you ever been in love?
I was gonna say,
like truly in love,
right?
Yeah.
Because when you're in love, you can't turn your feelings off and on like a water faucet.
Yeah.
You know.
See, Nikki, I think you just loved, but I don't think you've ever been in love.
Listen,
I know that's
stupid stuff.
Listen,
I've done dumb stuff, and after that thing was done, I was, you know what? This is a wrap. That's what I mean. It's a wrap. It's a deuces for you because I don't believe to keep doing the same repetitive stuff over again, hitting my head against that wall. It'll take me one time to figure it out, and I'm done. And I'm not going back that route again.
Well, you may not go down that route, but when you are truly in love with somebody, that feeling is a whole nother level above just loving somebody.
Yes.
So even though you won't do the things that you did before, either with or for that person, you still going to try to look out for the best interest of that person if it's in your power to do so. And I think that Angela was trying to get a few steps ahead of Jamie to see if even potentially she can kind of give him a heads up or even get a hold of the case so that she could really take control of it legally without him having to get in trouble.
Yes,
you know?
I agree with that. She was trying to right the ship on her own.
Yeah.
Because you can tell when she was talking to Ray Ray that she was looking at him suspiciously. Like she wasn't feeling it. She didn't believe what he was saying. She was like, and Destiny was in the background listening in and stuff. We can see that Destiny
needs some hands too.
Destiny needs hands, but Destiny needs hands, but she didn't know that was gonna go down like that.
Yeah, but you know your cousin.
Yeah, you do know your cousin.
True.
But she didn't know that he was planning. She also has feelings for Tariq.
Yeah.
She didn't know that man was going to try to kill Tariq.
But that's that simple-minded stuff, see, because what she should have, I don't know. I don't know where he's going to be. I don't know anything. Because you know your cousin. He's a hard, like Dre said, this dude is rough.
But she probably was fearful of him because she had been underneath his hand for so long, too. You know?
She is still a kid. They are teenagers.
Yeah.
Except that Cuz knew nothing except what she told him.
Well, amen. I was mad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Cuz
was
knew
upset about
nothing
that.
except what she told him.
Yeah,
she did.
So she's the one that unraveled that. So, and that's my whole point. Because she thought it was cute. If you go back and see how that happened, she thought it was cute. There's no game here.
Yeah, no game.
She didn't think it was cute because you can see when he was talking to her last week, she was under duress. He was over her shoulder when she was talking.
Call him.
When she hung up, you could see the fear on her
what
face.
would he have done if she had? Nothing.
That is her big cousin. You don't know what he would have done.
Nothing.
You don't know what he would have done.
No.
She probably was like, she don't know what he was gonna do, but she could have went to a neighbor's house or something.
She
could have called Tariq.
But did that even sound?
It could have went.
I know. I'm not saying.
I know me. I would have been like, my cousin on the way. Like get out something.
If she got 0.1% more brain than she used during that episode, she could have figured it out that something ain't right.
Yeah. No,
exactly.
right. I'm not saying she blameless because it is her fault. She did set Tariq up. She did set Tariq up, but I feel like you know, I think she was afraid of him.
Afraid or not.
And stuff.
I mean,
yeah,
I know.
Now, I wonder if that's going to unravel, though.
Yeah, because I'm like, is Tariq going to come after her?
Exactly.
Well, I think that Tommy going to communicate. We can get to that point later.
Yeah,
but, you know.
I'm like,
yeah. So, anyway, after Angela leaves there, Ghost and Tommy go to see Uriel. And I was living for it because y'all know I was ready for Ghost to get revenge because of Julio. I'm still mad about that.
And what revenge? I mean, nailed to the cross is one thing, but you got nailed to the chair,
to
brother.
the chair. And then Tommy said, don't move.
Tommy is hilarious. Tommy is hilarious. Yeah, he said, don't move. That was funny. But once again, when Ghost and Tommy came, they basically were accusing him of the Jimenez. Mm-hmm. And then they found out some pertinent information, basically that the Jimenez doesn't kill kids. Alicia calls the shots, and Diego won't do anything unless Alicia says so.
You nailed to a daggone chair, and the first thing you're going to do is tell Ghost to go to hell and spit on him?
Exactly.
You were asking for more.
That was not the move.
And the next thing he said
was not the move.
The next thing he said was, I killed Julio, and Dre set me up to do it. Now, you know, Ghost was the one that got Julio out of the Toros and stuff, so Julio was his man. So that was the wrong thing to say. And you see, the next thing you knew, he was out of there.
Yep.
Yeah. He was out of there. And I was like, good. I thought it should be Ghost to be the one to avenge Julio. So, he did it.
Kind of rough, ain't
Hey. That scene where Julio was very rough.
Okay. That was
and
very
Julio
emotional.
didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve it. So, I'm happy that he was avenged.
And it was a slow way.
Yeah, they punished him a little bit.
They punished that man, which was good.
Yeah, they punished him a little bit.
They punished him good.
Yeah, it's a wrap for Uriel. But anyway, so next, Silva comes to visit Tasha at the house, and here, speaking to Nikki's point about boundaries with the side dudes and the side chicks, well, he came to give his condolences, and then she takes him in the bathroom. In the bedroom. She in Ghost's personal space.
I just think the writers don't know anything about side chicks and side dudes, because you know, I mean, all that stuff is like
off limits.
You don't do that.
What are they doing? I mean, when she rushed him in the bedroom, I'm thinking, what?
Yep, the lawyer. Like other people not gonna say she didn't rush the lawyer. She didn't took the lawyer in the bedroom to talk. But I guess because he represented Ghost.
But and nobody else in there knew. You know, like she was talking to this chick, and then all of a sudden, Silva walks in. She grabs Silva and rushes him into the back room.
Well, Keisha and them were there. They knew Silva.
No, I'm just saying.
I mean, they know Silva was
Ghost's
people
lawyer.
Who don't
know. You know,
yeah,
I mean,
that looks suspect. It looks
Can I
suspect.
say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did y'all peep how he was asking all the wrong questions? All the wrong questions. First of all, he came in the house. I love you. This woman's child just died. You ask how the kids doing. Can I get you anything? You need anything? You go straight to I love you, straight to I got investigators, straight to where your husband at, straight to if anything illegal going on, you need to tell me.
Well, I know Nikki, but you kind of, I mean, in his defense, he did come in and ask, you know, well, the fact that he had heard about what went on, and he has a team of people that is ready to take on.
He was trying to help.
And help her, you know, so you know, yeah, he did do that. You shortening the script just a bit, but you know, that's what they did though. And, I mean, that's what he did, and you know, but she wasn't really feeling all that. And then when he said he loved her, and you saw the look on her face when he said that,
right?
You know, because she was like, what is this? You know, I don't know. But then again, that's my girl Tasha. See, you don't ever know which direction Tasha's flowing.
Mm-hmm. So, and plus, she's in that moment. I mean, she's grieving. So, I mean, she probably know what to do with that information.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
I'm trying to figure out how you love somebody. You only been here, 3 seasons?
Yeah,
like, where'd it come from?
Well,
Tasha, put it down.
Hey, something happened.
That's what happens when you got that good.
That's right.
I guess so.
Tasha, put it down.
I guess so.
Tasha, put it down.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I thought, again, it was very disrespectful. Because it don't even matter. Was he coming to his
Right.
wife. And again, what he
Right.
had been there. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, I hear you. He was wrong. He was wrong.
But see, again, these side people, the side men, the side chicks, they are only doing what they're allowed to do.
That's true.
Yeah, well,
Nobody's
and
establishing
nobody's checking
boundaries
them.
because what was it a week or so ago that Tasha was kissing up on Silver in the house by the safe and
Exactly.
everything. I mean, she
Anybody
already
could have rolled it.
right.
Yeah.
Anybody could have rolled it. So
That's
she
true.
already set the stage for that. And like we
That's
said,
true.
Ghost never checked Angie for rolling up to the house.
Right.
So these folks feel like they have a lot of leverage.
In other words, no checks and balances.
That's true.
None.
I agree with you on that.
Yep.
Okay, so the next scene, we see Tommy was trying to pull up on Dre, and Dre was talking to Ray Ray.
Oh, I so wish Tommy.
Yeah, but he saw that Ray Ray was a cop,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
why he backed off because he was like, oh,
Because he was about to handle both
yeah,
of
oh
them.
yeah, he was.
It'd have been done.
Tommy don't play. Tommy is the one you want to have on your team
Yes.
for sure. So anyway, we saw Reek was still drinking the lean at the
Is he there?
He done learn how to
didn't mix it at
especially
home.
mix his
yeah,
own.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a mixologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting there. Yeah, about 1/4 this.
Dash
and-
this, dash
yeah,
that.
little da-
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he
come
was.
on. Come
Yeah,
on,
Rick-
Tariq.
Yeah, Reek was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bent.
Why don't you make me a martini?
Yeah.
See
Hey,
what's up with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
yeah. And we see that the folks at the house, they were saying all the wrong things.
Oh my goodness.
And I,
Oh my God! Wait. Where
Listen.
do these people come from? Where
Yeah.
do these people where they come from?
I don't know who let them in.
Yeah.
Who let them in?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was what you call Lala. I'm not
Yeah.
Lala, but you got
I don't know, but I've been around people like that who say the wrong
Keith.
things. They mean well, but they just say the wrong things. Oh,
just don't say nothing.
Don't say
Just
nothing.
hug
Right.
the
I'm
person.
sorry.
Sorry about your loss.
And that's
sorry
it.
for your loss,
Yeah.
but don't say all this.
Everything
she's
happens
in a,
for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. She's in a
Oh,
better place.
But the one I like, the one that just got through me was, I can't imagine losing a child, but a twin.
No,
Yeah,
a
yeah, a
sibling.
sibling.
A sibling,
Yeah,
but a
but
twin.
Clack, clack,
yeah,
clack,
yeah,
clack,
yeah,
clack.
yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
The nerve.
But the
Oh,
little
my God.
Yasmin touched me though, because she was like, "Where's Raina? She's so cute." That's the most we heard this little girl speak
Yeah.
the whole series. But you know,
I'm glad they gave
But-
her.
but
I'm
I'm
glad
glad-
they gave her 3
I'm glad
words.
she had a couple of lines.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
adorable. She's
She couldn't
adorable.
handle
They
it
gave
more
her
than
3 words. Where's Raina?
Oh my God!
3
And
words.
then her face
But
was
you know
like,
what though? What shocked me the most was that she was able to make a complete sentence. I was totally shocked.
Yeah, they did. You know what? A simple sentence. I'm like, that's cool. I'm
Yeah, they
glad.
good.
So
They did good.
maybe they were, that was her debut, her coming out. So maybe in season in
5.
episode 5, in season 5, they
she
will.
will ask you some serious.
Yeah, she'll have more to say because she'll be older, anyways. So let's see.
But then Kanan and Tommy speak. Kanan rolled up on Tommy. While he
Kanan
was
is
with
my
his
boy
people.
though. Kanan roll up on anybody, anytime.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. I mean, you got your boys with you, no problem.
No,
He roll
exactly,
up on
yes.
Anyway.
He was
Yeah.
like, "No, you need to send them inside because
Right.
this is between me and you."
Right. And I got my gun, so if y'all got a problem with that,
And
Yeah.
Tommy, I said, "Tommy, a boss. He a G because
Yeah. Go
he
on
said,
inside.
y'all go on inside." I said, "I'd have been like, you stay right here. What we need to talk about?"
Tommy
said,
ain't
"I
scared
got
of
you."
nobody,
He ain't scared of
or
nobody.
nothing.
And they came over there, and Kanan had the dudes in the trunk,
Yes, yeah.
and
Yeah.
he thought,
I mean, Kanan-
What is this?
"Kanan, what is this? This how you greet me?" And Tommy like, "I ain't had nothing to do with that." And he told him it was Cristobal's folks. And then he said, and Cristobal and Dre are tight. They like this.
Mhm.
And so now he knows.
Another mark on
Now
Dre.
Mark on Dre.
Yep.
So we're getting closer and closer to Dre getting up out of here.
I think we ought to do a kitty on who takes out Dre.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
goodness.
we should too. And Dre is still on the top of the who can get the hands list. He will
But do
forever.
y'all think they're going to take Drake off the show?
You know,
It might take a while.
yeah,
Because he's a good character
No, he's
on
a
the
good,
show.
he's very complex.
Well-
Yeah,
So-
he's good.
So he's gonna be there for a while, but the chase is gonna be on. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
they're going to have
Yeah.
to chase him for a minute.
Yeah, they're gonna chase him
I
for a
think
minute.
I think they'll drag this on because we all want to see him get his,
Yeah.
come
just do, yeah.
So it's not going to happen anytime soon because he's his character in the program is
It's
just
complex.
very
Yeah.
complex.
He's smart, and plus he you know, he just as grimy as those dudes.
He's very
Oh,
He's
yeah.
grimy. He's a street dude,
Well,
so
he's
he gonna
showing them.
know how to navigate,
Right.
and that's what he said. Like the
Right.
biggest thing that has helped him is that they have underestimated him. They like, you know, you hear how everybody talked to him. Like even Ray Ray was like youngin, this, that, and the other, and you see how he dealt with that. We'll get to that later, but you know, because Dre ended up meeting up with Ray Ray. And Ray Ray's trying to get money so he can get out of town.
He needed to get out of town.
He needed to get out of town. Yeah, but Dre was like,
They
okay.
late and $1 short. That's what that was.
So we saw Tommy confessing to Father Callahan, which was funny. Tommy
That is so
he cussing all in the church.
I don't give up.
No, he don't care. He don't care.
But talk about cloak and dagger. Father Callahan.
I
mean,
know.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
Man. But Tommy told Father Callahan that Dre was the one that set up Julio and to get killed and stuff. Father Callahan, you know, just being a little too angelic, a little naive. We see that later.
there ain't no angelic in him, but I mean.
No. I mean, you know, he's a gangster, but he ain't no murderer. So he doesn't. He pushes drugs, but he doesn't have the mindset of a murderer.
Right.
And so that's why what happens to him later, you know.
Oh well.
But anyway, you want to add anything to what we're saying, Nikki?
For me, for Dre, the Dre character, I like Dre. I don't want him to die off so quickly, only because Dre is a younger version of Ghost.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, he is.
I agree.
Yes.
Dre is Ghost when he's focused.
I agree.
Yes.
I like Dre. I know he's going to get it, but I like him because, again, he is Ghost when Ghost is focused.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
That's what.
I
And
agree.
I agree with you saying that Ghost lost a step, and I was saying that in several episodes that Ghost was so distracted by Angie.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that part of that distraction was the fact that he wanted out in the first place.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
you know,
that was
that's
first
the
and foremost
but
on
I-
that.
but
he put so much into Angie that sidestepped him.
But Dre is more ruthless, I think.
Yeah,
than,
I think so too.
Ghost, you know, seemed to at times, you know, have compassion with things, but Dre is so hungry that he's screwing everybody, and you know, you gotta have somebody on your side,
right?
You know, but he's just made a whole line of enemies. No matter which way he turns, there's somebody out to kill him because he's just made so many enemies. So I see the comparison, but I think that.
But I think she's saying Ghost in his time of coming up.
But even in his time of coming up, you know.
I think he probably was just as ruthless.
Yes, he was.
He
killed Breeze.
Well, yeah.
Ghost,
that man was like,
he killed Breeze. He was going to kill Kanan, but he couldn't bring himself to kill Kanan, so he sent him to jail. So Dre would have killed. Because he killed Julio.
Exactly.
But you know what though? He does have a little bit of compassion because I think that he was in his own way. He was genuinely trying to keep Tariq away from Kanan.
Yeah.
He was trying to keep Tariq away from, but the circumstances just overpowered him with the Kanan situation. But he was like Tariq at the party. He was like, you need to leave. You need to leave with me.
But you think about it though, it gets even deeper than that because one of the reasons he definitely wants to keep Tariq away from him is because at some at that point no one knew exactly where or what Kanan was doing. So definitely you don't want Ghost's son all up in Kanan. You know, you want to separate that because that eventually will lead to Kanan being exposed. Because eventually Tariq is going to talk.
But this is what I don't understand. I think the Russell and Dre's master plan was that club. Because again, I'm trying to figure out how does he feel that he's going to take the Truth brand along with the other clubs away from Ghost, like underneath his nose, let him find out about it. That's why I think you messed up at.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that he is getting busy with Karen Bassett. That's why I think he thinks that, because remember she liked him from last season.
Sure did.
I think Dre is over there finessing. He's doing this thing with Karen, and that's why he thinks he has that much influence. Trust.
And I can definitely see that in season 5.
He's
because,
been messing with her.
And actually, he's
That's
gonna.
a good Lord.
He's gonna,
Yeah.
And he's gonna need her too. He's gonna need.
Yeah,
her.
he will.
You know,
But she's not gonna play dirty though.
You don't think so?
No.
we don't know her
Not
background.
with the streets though.
No,
Not with the street
No,
side.
Not
no.
with the streets, but you
No,
don't
not
know
with the
what-
street side. But
Nah, but
Dre
we
is
don't
tied
know.
to them streets.
But I have a prediction about Karen and stuff. I don't even think Karen is as straight as we think she is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because you know, something tells me that she might be related to Milan or somebody and whatever.
Listen.
We may not have even
Lord.
seen that yet. Maybe in season 5, Karen Bassett probably not as straight as we think she is. So I'm just saying that here. I may be wrong, but I think Dre is he over there finessing. He over there finessing.
Okay.
So he is. He is over there finessing. I think so. And if you seen that scene with Rotimi on that bike, the exercise bike,
Oh, here we go with that.
yeah,
Bike scene.
doing that spin
Oh,
class.
Can we get over that
Yeah.
bike scene?
Yeah, he was getting it in.
Yeah, you saw that stroke? You saw that? You saw?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
give a bike a break.
next.
Okay, what's next?
Anyway.
Ron is like next.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. But if we were talking about Tasha, the whole season of this show, he talked about Tasha was his chocolate drop and stuff. So as soon as we talk about anybody else, Ron want to go on to the next scene. But anyway, Ghost was at the church. You know, he's trying to make arrangements. And then we have the pastor and Rashad Tate.
Pastor make me feel good. I mean,
Yeah.
what is up with...
They want Ghost to have the service at that big
conference.
church
They can get
and press.
publicity.
Yeah.
And the church. So the church gets publicity. He's going to give them a small honorarium. Which
Exactly.
Probably
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like $100,000.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
he knows he can afford it.
Yep.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah, and you see how Rashad flexed on Ghost? He was like, "Oh, you
He
will,
sure did.
you will
Oh,
stand.
you
I'm
will.
gonna be standing by your side
As your
and-
brother.
as your brother." And yeah, I said, "Oh, okay."
That's your boy, though, isn't it?
I like
I
Lorenz.
liked it. I was here for it.
Yeah, he checked Ghost
I
right
was
in
here
there.
for it.
I said, "Whoa."
But see, he needs to remember who Ghost is. Now, if Ghost reaches back to
Yeah.
the old Ghost,
Yeah, I think he knows who Ghost
he
is.
gonna
though.
pop up missing.
That's why I think he's kind of threatening him, like your past. Like, you know, I think he knows who Ghost is, and that's why he zeroed in on Ghost in the first place. I do. I think he knows who he is. Especially even when he brought Dre to that meeting and stuff. He's like, oh, he's one of your apprentices. He know Ghost.
Yeah.
He's from the same neighborhood.
Yeah,
He know
that's
who
true.
Ghost is. And that's what he's threatening him with in so many words. He's like, yeah, this is what you gonna do.
Well, you know what? I mean, businessman, drug dealer, businessman,
Right.
drug dealer.
Right.
You know, I mean, when you have, you know, large sums of money being moved in the business world, there's not much morality there either at times. I mean, I'm not saying that all business ventures are crooked, but there are quite a few, and a lot of games are played. So, hey.
Right. Well.
But again, this goes back to when Ghost is on his game, he would have never got played by Tate. So again,
Amen. That's what I'm
he would have
saying.
been sleeping
Right.
ahead.
Well,
he
now-
would have been did all kind of background.
Well, wait a minute.
Amen.
Well, wait a minute.
Amen. That's
Yeah,
true.
but-
That's what I'm saying. They got him acting real boomer fool.
But
They got
but
act
wait
like
a
a
minute
simp.
though, Nikki, because remember now the mere fact that Ghost, he really had no options because of
Stern.
because of Stern. So he really didn't have many options there, and in fact he needed you know to get into this relationship because he didn't have any other avenue except to be taken by
Well, he thought
Stern.
that Rashad was legit.
He thought he was
So
gonna
he
up
thought
and
he,
up.
and
Yeah.
especially since Rashad helped him out. So he was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna work with this brother. I'm gonna
But
get
you
back to
know
the
what
community.
though? I feel like Rashad is going to be a worse adversary to Ghost than Milan was.
You know, in some
Who
ways,
knows?
though, I kind of get that. I mean, because he's a hungry dude, too. So, and the mere fact that he wants to keep the drug game going, there's a lot more to him than I think
Absolutely.
we
I think
really
so, too.
Oh, I think so
really
too.
know.
I think so too. And I predicted that a couple episodes ago. I told y'all Lorenz was dirty. Told y'all.
You didn't bring your crystal ball here today, though.
I don't believe in that. But
Yes, you
anyway,
You
I
got
don't believe in that.
Where is
But
that? Where you got it
anyway,
at home?
I don't believe in that.
Because you've
But
been
anyway,
right for the last few episodes, and You know, you're making me look.
I'm
bad.
a writer.
Oh, really? Okay.
I am.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I am.
I know you are, but I mean.
Yeah, I better say don't. Hey,
No,
hey.
we good. I know what you do. I know.
I
What you
better
do.
say you know I'm a writer.
Yes. Yeah.
But anyway, Ghost. Now, Kanan called Tommy and told Tommy that he knew who killed Raina because Tariq earlier in the episode had called Kanan looking for Ray Ray. So Kanan put it together and he told Tommy, and then Tommy then told Tasha. And so she was like, "Okay, get Tariq." Tommy told Tasha not to get involved. Hold Tariq down. Make sure he's straight.
What's Tasha gonna do except run out there and
But
mess up
hold on.
things?
Tasha can shoot.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
But hold on. This is what I don't understand right here. This scene that I'm talking about right here. I don't understand how Tommy is put together that this whole shooting behind Raina ain't got nothing to do with Ghost and it got everything to do with Tariq. Because these conversation didn't Kanan tell Tommy, hey, Raina's the one kill Raina because we were hitting lips together with Tariq. So I don't understand how he just put together that the shooting was for Tariq and not for Raina. So I don't understand that.
You don't understand how he figured out that it was about Tariq.
No, I don't understand. I don't understand how Tommy didn't figure out that Raina getting shot had everything to do with Tariq.
Well, he figured it out once he talked to Destiny.
Right.
Once he went looking for Ray and he bust in there and he confronted Destiny. Destiny told him what was up and said, Ray took my phone.
Right.
And messaging, and
Then he asked the question. She asked the question about Tariq.
Yeah, she asked about Tariq, and Tommy
remembered that he had a conversation.
He had a conversation with Tariq. Tariq told him about his first time.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he knew. So he said, "Oh, this must be the girl because she knows Tariq and stuff." So basically, he knew from that conversation, and once he figured that out, that's when he went back to Tasha and said, "Hey, we know who it is. The girl." It wasn't really about Raina. It was about Tariq. So you need to get Tariq. But we saw that Tariq had already rolled out. And not only had he rolled out, he had taken the gun.
Right.
So that let him know that he had his own designs. Now we know that that's why Tariq lied to everybody, lied to the police and everything because
he wanted to do it
because he wanted to handle it himself.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for enlightening me. I was lost in the sauce. Thank you. I was so confused. Like, wait, what? I was so confused. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And the next thing was, Tasha went to see. She was desperate, and she went to go see Angie. And of all people,
she should have never done that.
I was just like, so she was desperate. That's why I said that's a mom. That's a mom. She was like, I need to find, because she saw that Tariq left the phone in the and she was like, I need to get to him because she probably didn't know that Tariq is a G. She's like, he might go and get himself killed. So as a mom, she was like, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta find my son. And so she went to see Angie. And Angie pissed me off when she asked him, "Well, you think he killed Raina?" I was like, "Oh,
she should have smacked her."
I think I would have came across the desk
smacked her on that
one. She was fishing.
I know, but that is the wrong question. You don't ask that question
exactly
at all.
Exactly, and she already grieving, and she like, "Oh, she killed." So you
saying one of my kids killed
the other
one.
kid.
Right. So how little do you know? I mean, how much? Shows how little you really know about my kids in this whole situation. Because
but she might be thinking because Ghost is a killer, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Not that she was right, because I was pissed. I was pissed.
The apple definitely doesn't fall too far from the tree.
No, it doesn't. But I was like, so she was wrong for that.
Yeah, she was definitely
wrong.
Tasha
told her no cops, that she wanted to trace the phone.
And which is, I mean, Tasha, look. She knows
that was
the
a
game.
G move, though.
Yeah, she does.
Nick, you gotta give it to her. She was a G move. She was like, no cops.
And she did the right thing. I mean, the only way she was gonna find out where Tariq is to go someplace where she knew that could happen in blink of an eye. So
I know, but by doing that, then we see what happens.
You say negative?
After.
Yeah.
But Nikki, she's desperate. She needs to find her son.
And
she remembered.
And you know how she could have found her son?
How?
On these cell phones, they got tracking. The little family app finder, she could find her son.
Well, that's assuming that they had it on their phones. But remember now, Tariq left his phone at the house. That's because when she
No,
called.
that was Ghost phone.
No, that was Tariq's phone. When Tasha called and found the phone in the dresser, that was Tariq's
That was
phone.
Ghost phone.
No, that was Tariq's phone.
It might have been
Oh,
Ghost.
Tariq's phone?
I thought
Because
I
I
think
thought
she
it was
was-
Ghost because then why would she call?
I thought she was trying to call Tariq to find out
she
where he
was
is.
trying to call Tariq.
Yeah, she was trying to find out where.
But that makes no sense because how would she be able to find? How would she be able to trace the phone? To him?
And that's true.
Right,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
She go back. That was Ghost phone.
Yeah, I thought that was Ghost phone.
That probably was Ghost phone
All you need is a phone number
because
to
she
trace.
wouldn't have been able to get
Yeah,
that
but the
guy.
phone had to be with Tariq in order for
Exactly.
them
They
to
would
trace
have been
that's
able to
right,
clone the
right,
phone
right.
if he
Yeah.
didn't have it. So
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
so basically you're right.
That's a little confusing.
that was
though. That
Ghost-
was a little confusing.
It was Ghost phone.
Yeah.
She asked Angie to clone it. Angie got the information. She got the address, so she was on her way. We saw everybody was on their way because
Yeah.
Kanan gave Tommy the address.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Tommy gave
He
Ghost
shared
the
it with everybody.
address.
Right.
He shared it with everybody was on their way trying to get Tariq, trying to get Ray Ray. And Tariq was already there.
Oh, did y'all skip the part with Dre and Tariq?
Oh, yeah, let's go back to that. Thank you. Yeah,
Oh,
Tariq, that's how he got the address in the first place. Tariq confronted Dre. He bossed up on Dre. I was proud of Tariq too. You
I
still
was
on the
proud of
hands
him.
list.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you may have dropped a couple slots on the hands list but you came up a little bit for this week. You stood tall this week.
He did.
He did. So he bossed up on Dre and let him know, like, look, if you don't tell me where Ray is, I'm letting my dad, Tommy, let everybody know that you knew that Kanan was alive all this time and everything. And Dre was like, all right, he tried to lie first, but he ultimately gave him.
I have to give it to him though. I mean, he's learned a lot. In these last episodes on what to do because
Tariq.
Yeah,
Well, it's innate. Ghost is his dad. Tasha's his mom. It was innate. It just needed somebody to bring it out, which Kanan did.
Yeah, Kanan brought it out. He brought it to the front.
Yeah, he did. Kanan schooled him.
Yeah.
So he was already a little gangster in training. So he was. So that's how he found out where Ray was. So he went first. Everybody else shows up. He goes and he tries to flex on Ray. Ray was still running his mouth, so I was ready for Ray to go.
my goodness.
He was calling him all kinds of B's. And then he said the worst thing was, he was like, your sister was a G.
Whoop.
Yeah, he was. He knew that he was dealing with a young man because you would not run your mouth like that to somebody who.
He wouldn't have said that to Ghost and Tommy.
Yeah, who's
for
gonna
one
give you
thing,
the
you'd have been
business.
shot
Yeah,
right back.
he wouldn't have said that to Ghost and Tommy because he knew that because he said, you don't have no backup. He said, because they would already killed me by now. You by yourself.
Right.
He had quickly assessed that Tariq was there by himself.
Right.
But he underestimated Tariq. Tariq got the drop on him and he was out of there.
Yeah.
And when Ghost and them came, Ghost, Tasha, and all of them, they saw that he had already laid Ray down.
Yeah.
So they quickly got to cleaning up the scene. Well, Ghost and Tommy did.
How that look though? Those two coming out of
Exactly.
apartment.
With a rug.
With a rug.
Right.
I don't know how they did that. Wait a minute.
and
No.
the police-
Ghost had the truck.
Yeah, he had a truck. But what I'm saying, police was like, you can hear the sirens.
Yeah,
so
they were coming.
They were
blocks
coming.
away. They
So
were blocks away.
I don't know. Maybe they went through the basement.
basement.
But show you how they work because they cleaned the floor up as much
everything.
as possible.
Well, you see, Tommy is the cleaner. Tommy's
That
the
man
enforcer,
was
the
cleaned
cleaner.
up like-
I tell you, that's who you got to have on the team. Tommy, because Ghost looked at him and said, Tommy. He was like, I got it.
I
Yep.
got this.
I got
Roll
it.
that
Roll them
thing.
up.
And then they were rolling together, and then did you peep the looks between Ghost and Tommy?
Yes.
Yeah, when they said, Ghost said, Tariq, how you know where to find them? He said, Dre told me. And he was like, yeah, they looked at each
Next
other
one on
like
the list.
Dre.
Another lie.
Another,
Yep.
like
Yep.
Dre. They looked at each other like he going down.
Oh,
And so after that, Tasha took the gun from Tariq. She's like, get my gun.
Now here's where a mother comes in and does what a mother will do, because it was I think actually when she opened the safe, I think she kind of realized what the possibilities are, because she gets there, she finds out that her son actually killed
Ray.
and now she's come to what we call an existential part in her. She had to come up with this sense of, what am I going to do? I cannot let my son take the fall for this.
Right.
So she started working that out in her head right there in the apartment. You know, because give me the gun. So taking the gun, she automatically puts her fingerprints on the gun.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, she just navigated everything so that any evidence, if there is any evidence, it'll point toward her. Even having him take a shower in her bathroom.
Exactly.
Not his.
Yeah.
And
But
she really
her
guided
bathroom.
him. I mean,
That's so true.
she did everything that she did with Ghost. And we remember in season 1, when after Ghost killed Miguel or whatever, he told her to burn the clothes in the furnace and stuff. She did the same thing with Tariq. She took him down to the furnace. They burned that stuff. She told him in the shower, told him how to clean his fingernails with the peroxide, everything. She told him not to talk to anybody with toothbrush. And I was like, man, I said, he's been indoctrinated. I was like, man, his innocence is gone. He is now baby Ghost.
And we talk about Ghost, but Tasha
is a beast.
That's
why Tommy said, think of an alibi, because she is the mastermind behind getting him out of that stuff.
Yes, she is.
And that's Ghost couldn't be Ghost without
her.
No, she's the brain. She's the brain. Not saying that Ghost isn't smart, but
no, it's not about smartness. But I mean, she's very quick and she can be very
calculating.
Very calculating. I mean, and she doesn't waste any time coming up with things, and that's what you need. I mean, which is why and I have to admit, it really did bother me in the beginning when Ghost was trying to cut ties with her, because of the fact that you just don't know anybody that. What would he? You know, Tasha was everything.
Yeah. So we saw that she did that. He's been indoctrinated and stuff, and we also saw while all this was going on. Speaking of Miguel's girlfriend, is at the feds. Saxton brought her in to talk to the feds, and she's basically said that she recognizes Ghost's voice. And so Sax is trying to convince, I don't know what's the woman's name?
I forgot.
I think it's Tamika, maybe?
Oh, Tamika. Thank you.
Yes.
Tamika. He's trying to convince Tamika to talk to this woman, and she's like, where's Angie? He was like, she's been gone for hours. You know, just take a listen to her.
But I think Tamika said earlier that there's just not enough evidence there, because
she did.
Even though you might recognize or think you recognize the voice, it might not. You know, people sound the same or similar.
But he just wanted her to hear the story.
Just you know what, though?
Plant a bug in her ear.
But no, that just goes to show you, whenever you in that life, everybody got to go.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
Everybody does have to go.
In fact, and you know, at that
she had to go. She should have been left alive.
You got that right.
Right, and that was Ghost's mistake. That's because you know he was trying to go clean, and that's how you know he was changing. Because before he probably would have taken her out with but he was already, you know, we saw in season 1 he was having flashbacks. His conscience was affecting him for killing Miguel. So he was already changing. He was already ready to leave that life behind and stuff. But you know what? I think
the thing was, he was out that life. And Tommy told her she had to go too.
Yeah, Tommy did tell her. Tommy did tell her.
Go.
But you know what? It's gonna come back to haunt him. They may not have the evidence now, but Sax, he wants to one up Angela so much.
So bad.
And because Angela, he knows that she has ties with Ghost, I think he gonna use that and anything else in season 5 to try to bring Angela down. That's my early prediction.
And my prediction is Sax is not gonna be around too much longer.
Oh, if he tries to come after Ghost, he's
and
definitely
that's exactly
not.
what he's gonna do.
If he did, you know,
and you know he's gonna do that by way of Tommy, because he's gonna cut back that unit that he had attached to the car, and he's gonna have it cut on.
That tracker.
He's gonna have it cut on, and it's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. But we also see poor Father Callahan.
No.
He went to go talk to Dre to tell him he wanted out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so naive. Like, this is what I meant about Father Callahan.
He was supposed to reveal what's in confession.
Yeah. he wasn't supposed to reveal the confession. He told him who told him.
Exactly.
He was like, who told you? I'm like, oh, Father Callahan. You can tell that's what he just ran
the
drugs.
rules of the cloth. You don't say anything. thing
You don't
about...
Well,
He don't know the rules of the club.
I
He don't know
know.
the rules of the game either. Because
think
you
it
sitting
goes to
here
show-
telling the killer if he did set up Julio to be killed, why would you tell?
Why would you
tell the
Exactly.
killer that you know that he did it and
Exactly.
somebody told you?
But it goes to show he didn't know anything about Dre. I mean,
Right.
he had no idea Dre could be that.
But then he said, if you let me walk away...
Tommy said he set Julio up to be killed. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
did that. If he can set Julio up to be killed, you know this man is a killer. And then you're going to go talk to the man and tell the man, well, I don't like how you do business. You got Julio killed. And who told you that? Tommy did.
Exactly.
I was like, Father Callahan. I was like, we need to
And
say
they say,
we
if
need to
you
say a
let- if
prayer.
you let
We
me
need to say a
walk
prayer.
away.
We need to say a prayer, Father Callahan. May he rest in peace. May he hold you in hand. That's all you hand.
No, y'all get away from me. Because I'm telling you, he might be at them
Right.
pearly gates when
Yeah.
I get there.
No.
Y'all
No.
can talk about him if you
No,
want.
Father Callahan. So anyway,
Callahan,
we
I'm
saw
with
what
you.
happened next. Dre, he sat on the bench, and you can see how the way he was looking around, he was trying to make sure that
Yeah.
nobody was around, and he quickly shanked Father Callahan.
Right in the heart.
Right in the heart. And I was like, I think that's going to be for Tommy. Tommy loved Father Callahan.
If Tommy
So-
gets wind of
So
that,
that's gonna
it's
be
a done
it's gonna
deal.
be on and popping next season because you didn't took out Father Callahan too.
and that's interesting because, as we say, Dre's character is one that might hang around for a while. But I mean, he's made so many enemies, and his biggest enemy, well, he has two, Kanan and Tommy.
And now Ghost.
And now go.
Yeah, but
Now Ghost.
if I had to have one of the three coming at me, let it be
Got that.
Ghost.
Let it be Ghost.
Let it be
Yeah,
Ghost.
you're right.
That's
Okay.
true.
You're right.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That's
Kanan
true.
and Tommy, it's
Yeah.
over.
Oh, it's gonna be a wrap.
It's done.
It might be them two. that
Tommy
take
will run him over.
Oh, my goodness.
Run.
Until Ghost finds out that he knew about Kanan and Tariq's relationship.
Yeah. Which Ghost is
Because when that comes out, then that's going to fuel Ghost to that level too.
Yeah.
Like, you had the ability to really get my son out
Out
or
of it.
tell us what was going
Oh, yeah,
on,
it's
and
gonna-
you didn't say anything.
Oh yeah.
That-
So then
if he-
everybody's going to be equal. They're
Yeah,
going
that's
to be
what I'm
fighting to get
that
him.
and the Bassett Hotel, because remember, Ghost still wants to be clean. Well, he did want to be clean, and the Bassett Hotel was supposed to be, that was supposed to build wealth
Right,
for him.
build
He
wealth.
wanted to go
Right.
global with his brand.
Right.
So now he's being dirty with the hotel,
Yeah.
the Bassett deal.
Yeah.
So that's gonna Ghost, and he took Dre under his wing too.
Yeah,
He was like, "You work for me." He brought him in the club
He
and
did.
Truth.
That's
yeah,
so true.
Dre was running Truth while he was locked
While
up.
he was, yeah.
So, nah, everybody's gonna be
Yeah,
equal.
everybody want him.
It's gonna be on and
Yeah,
popping.
yeah.
All three of them are gonna be after Dre next season.
And then Ghost is going to be even angrier because he's being forced back into this lifestyle he was trying
Exactly.
to run from.
Yes.
So he's going
Yes.
to be really pissed.
I think Ghost has learned a couple seasons ago. He can't
And
get out.
frustrated.
He can't get out. It's
Yeah.
just he can't get out.
Well, he's gonna change anyway. Now that baby girl is
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
That man of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on and popping. He's gonna be savage. He's gonna be savage. So anyway, we saw that Angela went to the crime scene for Ray Ray.
Always got to...
We knew Angela was gonna show up. We
It was
knew
a rug here. Shut up, Ghost. Sit down.
Yeah, and she was the one that found the bullet in the wall. She always the one. She found Ghost's fingerprint.
Okay, but
and
she's
stuff.
doing her job.
She is doing her
But
job.
listen,
and
if you
Sandbar-
really love this guy, and this is the street side of it, if you really love this guy, his daughter was killed by this man.
Right.
Look away.
This is the time
No, I
for you
agree.
to look away.
But
Yeah.
that's not.
You don't
she's
see
anal.
anything.
She's anal with her job.
She is anal with her job.
So she's not going to do that. And the sad part about it is she's the one that found the bullet in the wall. You had all these other
Barney
officers,
Fifes.
Right.
Barney Fifes,
they
there.
couldn't
Why they
find the
find?
thing. She
Right.
finds the bullet in the wall, and she I inherently knows or
Yeah, or
believes
thinks that it's Ghost.
believes that
Yeah.
that gun has something to do
Right.
with Ghost.
But it's
And yet
Tasha's
she's
gun.
still-
It's gonna be tied back to
But
Tasha.
she
know.
at the time doesn't know that. But I'm
Right.
thinking that she's
In season
thinking.
5.
But I think that she's thinking at that point.
Because
that
I
has
just
something
told
to do, I just
Tasha
told-
where he was.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. She just
So
told
it was
Tasha
very
where he
interesting
was.
that she would even you know, you see the bullet hole. Nobody else saw it. Just leave it alone.
Exactly.
Oh, they were gonna find it anyway, though.
Well, they were leaving. They were already there.
Yeah, because she was like, wait a minute, do you see that?
Right. They had already gone through the whole the room, which is kind of interesting. They didn't see the whole bullet
That's
hole.
what I'm saying. But they would have gone back, though.
No, once they tape it up, it's done. So she
and see, really, she could really leave it alone because he was undercover.
And what did
so
she
they could have tied that back to possibly somebody in the street.
Yeah, but once they start running ballistics and stuff, it's going to go back to Tasha.
Exactly.
That's exactly what she said.
Go back,
she said, pull it from the wall, and once you run your ballistics, you'll find the gun.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to find out that it's Tasha's gun.
Exactly.
You know? And look, and who better to get Tasha out the way so she can be back in the sheets with Ghosts?
Oh, come on.
Who better to do that?
That is such a stretch.
What do you mean it's a stretch?
But it could flip on her because if it comes
Exactly.
out, Angela, you told her where this kid was.
Yeah, it was.
You weren't supposed to do
You
that.
weren't supposed to do that.
You better keep
So that could really flip on her.
Well, you know, then she might cover it up then.
You
know,
better
that's
start
a good
covering
point.
it up.
And then if Sax finds out, then he's going to be like, oh,
Sax
so you
is gonna
sleeping
be on
in the bed with him again.
Yeah, Sax going to be on it.
Ooh,
You know
You going
what?
to take her down.
Big time mistake.
Oh, my goodness.
You should have left that.
She should have left that alone.
She should have.
But you know what though? Again, I call her thought box. I hope that this was coming to her. This was coming to her next season. Because again, she's done so many shenanigans.
And now
so
no accountability.
And she has not got any retribution. Because the thing is, let's not forget, those people who knew about Sandoval being locked up was her, Sax, and Mark. So again, that's what come back to her. Again, you told Tasha where this child was. Well, you were going to do that. And again, why are you working a case that was specifically told to you not to mess with?
Exactly.
So again, she needs to get what's coming to her.
No, she does. She does. She's really self-righteous too. She's self-righteous and she's complicit in everything.
So we better start wrapping up.
This episode was
that she's done to play a part, and nothing she's done completely. Like you just done so much.
Well, we got to touch on before we go that Tasha went to go see Silva. So Tasha already went to see Silva and is trying to set up her alibi. She went.
That was too soon.
That was too soon.
I feel like that was too soon.
You know what? I kind of thought the same thing. That well, I don't know though. I don't know. And because as you saw, she was actually mapping out everything. She mapped out everything. So. Initially I thought it might have been a bit early, but when you stop to think about how she mapped out everything, how she planned everything, I think it might have been a good time for her to do that. The question is though, what Silver will do, because he's still that straight-laced.
He's very straight-laced. By the book, black and white, and that's it.
And I don't see him. He's going to find out a lot about Tasha, and you know if she goes on trial. He's going to find a lot about them that he didn't know beforehand. Well, his suspicions of Ghost would probably, come in.
Be confirmed.
Right, be confirmed because of the fact that he's going to, well, you just married this woman?
But he's not going to realize she's as crooked as he is.
No, I'm saying.
I mean, that's what he is going to realize.
Well, that's what I said a couple episodes ago. I told you that relationship wasn't going nowhere. I said, because he's in love with who he thinks she is. I said, once he finds out who Tasha really is, they ain't going nowhere. It's going nowhere.
Yeah.
But we saw, I know we can wrap up, but we didn't even talk about the Jimenez even coming to talk to the premieres and stuff.
Yeah.
They were mad about Uriel's death. This, that, and the other.
And you can tell even when they left, they're still kind of cool with Dre.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Remember that guy Diego said that if things go left, he'll take him out. So, we talking about Kanan and so-and-so and them taking Dre out.
Yeah, but it might be.
And you know what, that's true.
It might be
You saw that pat on the shoulder he gave him. That was not a love tap.
No. It's like I'm watching you.
Yeah, you gotta, you're gonna be gone.
Exactly. So we can wrap up with the fact with how the scene ended with our boys in the car. Yeah, Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan.
And I think we all have been waiting for that moment when the three of them come back together because they are, the three amigos.
Absolutely.
That's
a dynamic scene.
That is a dynamic
scene. That is a dynamic
Three
scene.
musketeers, call them whatever you want, but they're the ones that's going to get it done. And they're going to handle everybody.
The only reason why they didn't roll on them then is because they saw they were with the Jimenez. They're like, okay, Tommy even said his family. His family, we're probably going to see more of them next season.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's going to be on and popping.
It's on.
And so we need to wrap up. So, Nikki, thank you for joining us.
Wait, before y'all wrap
Thank
up,
you,
can y'all
guys.
add like a fashion segment to the end part of it? Because did you see her shirt? Remember we
Oh,
had
her
talked
shirt.
about her-
Oh, yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Oh my goodness.
Man, her
that
shirt was hot.
over.
Yeah, it was.
I
I
watched
would have
it
rocked
4
that
times
shirt.
just for the shirt.
Listen to
I'm
him.
gonna rock.
Yeah, Amber and I love fashion. We love
Oh
fashion.
my goodness.
Amber, as you can see, is a dope makeup artist. We're gonna have to give your information so how people can
Oh,
follow
yeah,
you, your
sure,
social media
yeah.
information and stuff.
Oh,
But do you guys have any predictions? I know we kind of included our predictions
Mm.
while we were talking, but do you guys have any predictions for season 5?
Wow. You got something to say, Nick?
I'm still thinking about predictions. You go ahead first, Ross.
Okay. My prediction is Sax. I think that I think things are going to get a lot hotter with Sax and Angela, and it's really going to bring to head that whole office. Something's going to happen. I'm beginning to wonder if Sax is going to, after episode 1 of season 5, I'm questioning how long he'll be around.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this feeling that Angela's going to get a little more. We're going to see some things come out of Angela that I think we weren't ready for or not suspecting. We think that she's very angelic and all that other stuff.
I don't
but
think she's
oh,
angelic.
not at all.
No.
She's a.
She
well, okay.
doesn't. I mean, are you
Okay,
forgetting
bad
that she
word.
set Sandoval up to be killed? I mean, come on
Well,
now. She is not
okay.
angelic.
No, she isn't. And good point. Because if she could do that, Sax,
Exactly.
watch her back.
She's gangster.
Watch
And
her
like
That's a
back.
she
good
said,
point.
she is from Queens.
That's a
Oh,
good point.
yeah. Watch your back.
Yeah, she's from.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
She could be the one to take him out.
Mhm.
yeah. She can orchestrate it.
No, she will orchestrate. She
Yeah.
won't do it. Her hands.
Her
won't-
hands
will
gonna
be
get
clean.
Her
dirty.
hands gonna be
But she
dirty.
can
But
orchestrate
She
it.
definitely will do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if he tries to get too close, yeah. So I agree with that prediction, and I also think that at some point Ghost's gonna be right back in Angie's face. He probably sleep with her again or whatever. I do. I think.
I hope not.
I hope not. But Ghost is a sucker when it comes to Angie. I said
If I
that.
had more time, I would
When
address
it comes to
that
her,
with you.
he will.
I just don't have enough time.
Whatever.
You
Whatever.
get the
know.
last word on that one for this season.
You win. You
I
win.
win.
You win for this one.
I
Come on.
win.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Game
right.
over. You're done.
Right.
Give me, let me shake
That's
your
right.
hand.
It's
Good
on
game,
next
good game.
season. It's on next season.
But
But Tasha too. I think Tasha might end up in the bang for Tariq. I think that's
she's-
coming.
yeah,
Prediction
yeah.
and stuff. Any prediction?
I feel like this season 5 could just go so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do we think
I
Dre
don't
dies
know.
in season 5?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
No, I
I
don't
think he's
either.
gonna go to 6.
Yeah.
If he doesn't die off at all,
Yeah.
to be
Right.
honest, because
But-
I like his character is so strong for this
It's-
show
but
that
it's such
You're
a
right.
it's
Very
to not
complex.
have him die
Yeah,
or suffer a arm loss or a leg or something. He's done so much. Something has to happen to him.
Yeah, something has to happen.
It's going to be interesting to try to drag him out through another 10 episodes because he's done so much, and now everybody's on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see.
true.
We'll see how he maneuvers. Like you said, he's like a baby ghost. But but anyway, we gotta wrap it up. Please follow us.
I don't want to go.
I know you can come
This
back.
was so fun.
You can come back. You can come back. You're welcome.
That's what I
anytime.
predict. I'll be back.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
that's a prediction. Amber will be back. Nikki, thank you for coming on. You can
Thank
come again
you.
too. Follow us at The Spot Real Talk on Twitter, on Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And please subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe. We do read your comments. We will respond offline and online.
And make
That's
sure
right.
you share it too with your friends.
Yes,
most
thank
everybody.
you.
Yeah.
Definitely share
Thumbs
it.
up and share it.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you.
It's been fun.
It's been fun.
Yes.
We gotta go.
Yay.
So you do promise to come back.
Oh, I will
Yes.
be back.
We'll
That's,
be
that's
back.
my prediction.
She was a lot of fun. She was a lot of fun. Nikki, you were too. I
We need to
appreciate
add
it.
like a second row back here.
That's right. That's right. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.